Can you please state your name and occupation?
My name is Catherine Franzetti, and I am the Director of Food Nutrition Services for Reading Public Schools.
I'm Mrs. Reardon, school nurse.
I'm Mrs. Juliana, one of the school nurses.
My name is Liam Parsip, and I'm a student here at Reading Memorial High School. How long have you been at Reading Public Schools for? I've been at Reading Public Schools ever since kindergarten.
This is my third year. I've entered my third year. This is my third school year.
This is my second year.
15 years.
I've been at Reading Public Schools for all my life. I would say it depends. Like most hot lunches don't really look too healthy, but you know, if you get a salad, that's pretty healthy.
I think so. I think there's a lot of good options for everybody to choose from, especially with allergies and the variety of, you know, different options each day.
I agree. I think there's been a lot of improvement in having like some fresh fruits and vegetables and a lot of good options.
I think like for the most part, I think like there might be like a few like unhealthy things, but I think for the most part they're pretty healthy.
I would say it looks healthy, yeah. I definitely think it's made healthier improvements over the last 2+ years.
You personally order lunch at the high school?
Nope.
I do every day. It's actually a relief. I don't have to pack lunch. I can get lunch at work.
Yeah.
Every now and then I will, but this year I haven't really ordered. How would you describe the lunch here?
How would I describe it? Well, I would describe it as we have I think a happy blend of scratch cooking and ready-made foods. I think that there is hopefully an offering for all persons with dietary restrictions that they can find something. I believe that it is as equitable as we can at this time due to staffing, and I think it looks fresh on a daily basis.
I think like they're pretty like simple and like basic.
I wouldn't say it's very good. I bring some days because some of the food I just don't like. So.
I think overall it's hard when you're trying to have nutritious meals for so many different people, but I think in general they do a good job of providing a variety of nutritious meals for students.
I agree, and we worked hard this year getting a lot of gluten-free options for students, which I think is important because it's a small population of kids, but I think they feel, you know, that there's more choices for them this year.
Do you think that the school lunch should be healthier than it is?
I think we can always work toward making it healthier, for sure.
I think lunch always has an opportunity to improve its healthiness. I think in terms of healthy, I think when you look at what we make, so if a chicken sandwich is what we're offering, it's a whole grain crust that we offer. It's a whole muscle chicken, so it says it's a clean label chicken that we offer. All of our breads are brought in fresh twice a week. It's a local facility. We also offer as much local produce as we can and local proteins. So we are trying to upskill the staff as well as upgrade our school lunch all at the same time.
Do you have any fruits and vegetables with the meals that you order?
Sometimes, but mostly not really.
What percentage of kids, if you had to get like an estimate, would you say buy lunch?
I would say like about like 60% by lunch.
Have you ever been sick from the school lunches?
There was one time, I think it was like in 7th grade, I ate like taco meat and it like really upset my throat.
Do you usually eat the entire meal?
Yeah, I would say so.
And how long does it take for you to receive your lunches?
At like my elementary school and like middle school, it was pretty quick, but like here at the high school, it like the lines look like very long.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on what I order, because some meals don't have like healthy sides.
Kids, would you say buy lunch?
I would say like 80%. I think most kids buy.
Have you seen more obesity children now than when you were?
I would say yeah, definitely.
Do you usually eat your entire meal?
takes me a while because since most kids buy lunch, the lines are very long.
How many people have come to your office due to a food-related problem?
We occasionally have kids who have allergies that maybe they're not, they're not aware that there's an allergen. Maybe they're not paying attention when they buy something that they felt like maybe they had something they were allergic to. But I don't think I've had kids very often say they're sick from the food itself.
What do you think a good, well-balanced meal that kids should be getting?
I think as long as, I think everybody can't have a perfect meal at every meal of the day, but I think, for lunch, I think if you're getting a protein, a veggie, and a fruit in, or, a healthy starch, I think it's important just to have a balanced meal. And a balanced meal might look different for different people, but I think, there's plenty of options to mix and match things to get a well-balanced meal.
Do you think that the amount of sugar in the lunches is reasonable, or should they be lowered?
I'm not sure what they are, but
Yeah, I think that there's standards, there's federal standards that our lunch providers have to follow. So in general, they have to meet that standard. So I think that there are definitely options that have lower sugar overall.
Do you think that the amount of food that is given to kids is good for them to have enough energy throughout the day?
That's a great question, but I think that depends on the choice of the students because there's definitely a lot of options to choose from. So it might depend how much they're eating, depends on what they're choosing to have, and depends on what their day looks like. Because some kids have a really long day, if they have sports, depending on what their transportation is and things like that. So,
and I think a lot of students don't realize that breakfast is an option until 10. So if people aren't able to eat breakfast in the morning, they can definitely get something to help, hold them over to lunch too.
Do you think that students who have third lunch get enough food?
That's a good question. We'd have to go down and take a look and see what the options are for the third lunch. But as Jenna was saying, I think if you have a third lunch, I think having a good breakfast and maybe getting like a snack at breakfast time might be very helpful in terms of making sure you have enough food for the day.
All right, thank you guys, that's it.